Hey kiddos. It's been a long 24 hours, hasn't it? Woo! Woo! It's been a long 24 hours. I've been debating on what I should talk to you about. I don't even know what this is becoming. I don't know if this is a vlog, what is this? I don't know. I'm just trying to, at this point, give you a video and make some connection with you at least every other day. At least every other day. I don't know, I think it's becoming more helpful for me than it might be you guys. I enjoy reading your comments. I enjoy seeing my old kiddos. Oh my gosh, you guys are killing me in the comments. Dimmy! Shout out my Dimmy. I love you so much. I haven't seen you in so long, my love. Oh, so yeah, I've been debating on what to actually talk about today. There's been a lot of things that are on my mind. I think that's everybody. I think that's all Americans right now. We've got a lot on our minds, and I think that's just Americans. I think that's the world. We're just overwhelmed. And as a teacher, I've heard this sentiment from students time and time again. That they're overwhelmed. They feel disconnected. Earlier this year in our school, we were actually having a talk about how the kids seem very disengaged, how we get more engagement in class, yada yada. And I was saying, I have a pretty engaging class, so I thought I'd ask them. And I asked my kiddos, I was like, so what's going on? Why am I hearing that, kids are disengaged? You guys seem pretty good. And they're like, yeah, we're good with you. Okay, why me? Well, because you talk to us. Well, all your other teachers talk to you too. Well, yeah, but not like you. What do you mean? Well, you talk to us like people. Your other teachers talk to you like people, right? Nah, they talk to us like we're kids. Okay. Do you act like kids? Because if you act like kids, they won't talk to you like you're a kid. And they're like, no, we talk like we do here. So, okay. So after talking with them and really getting to know what their problem was and finding out why they were disengaged, I found out that my students were disengaged with other teachers because of lack of relationship. And also because they were feeling very overwhelmed. We, as a nation, seem to have an issue with students, especially high school students. And I say especially high school students only because I know high school life. I do have friends that are elementary teachers and that are middle school teachers. But the groups that I talk with the most and I plan with the most are high school teachers. So across the nation, it seems like, for the most part, high school teachers have had a problem with kids not turning in work and they are not engaging in class, especially with the Zoom meetings, like their cameras off and they're just not there. Now, I will say I'd let my kids have their camera off, and the reason I let my kids have their camera off is my kids aren't all in the same economic situation, and I refuse to let a child be made fun of. So they're not going to have their cameras on. Just not. So I don't make my kids have their cameras on. They do when they want my attention. They'll put their cameras on, or if they got something cool to show me, they'll show me. So how do I know that they're not just walking away from the camera, right? I don't know that. I trust them. And I also ask them little questions in the chat. They also know that because I ask them questions in the chat, that could possibly affect their grade later. See, I don't just make my kids write things out. Yes, they have assignments that they write, but I also use what we're doing in discussion. So say one of my kids made a 6.5, because most of my lessons, we use standard-based grading, and most of my lessons, 6.5 to a 10, right? If you don't turn it in, it's a 0. But a 6.5 to a 10, and sometimes my kids' lives will get a little busy because I've learned and I've developed a relationship with them. I know what's going on with them. So sometimes my kids get busy and I use their discussion, the things that we've talked about, to grade an assignment that I might have given them. And I might excuse them for that because I know that they're capable of completing that. They just had to work. So how do we get this going? How do we get kids to turn in things? How do we start, how do I put this? How do we get them more engaged and back on track? Develop a relationship with your kid. Develop a relationship with your kid. Get them to talk about the things that they're important to them, right? One of my biggest pet peeves in education, and my students know this, one of my biggest pet peeves in education is the fact that we really need to start making it connected to life outside of school. You have no clue why we teach you half the things we teach you. And that makes you less engaged. Yeah, what's the point? I hear that all the time. What's the point? Why am I learning this? What's the point? So I tell my kids in English, the point is I don't want you to go sound stupid outside. Now, do I say stupid? No. I tell them that I want them to sound successful and I want them to sound academic, right? That's what I want them to sound like. That's why I teach them. And when we go over author's purpose, I explain to them by understanding the purpose of why somebody has written something. Then you understand whether or not they're trying to persuade you of something. The connotation of words, which seems to be very important right now. Connotation of words, I tell them, again, we understand that certain words have more feeling than others. We can identify different characteristics and different rhetoric based on the chosen words, Why choose shattered and not broken? So that's what I talk to my kids about. We connect to what's going on in the world outside. And you're like, yeah, Miss M, I've heard this. But my kids will tell you that it's one of those things that I harp on. I hate that our education does not blatantly show them what is needed for outside in the real world. I also really am not a fan of unorganic or sterile education. A lot of the class time is spent learning what kids are good at, and then we might do something a little different. Oh, look, you guys are really into this, so I'm going to go pull this video down for you real quick. Oftentimes, I don't write lesson plans really solid because they change. They change rapidly, and I allow myself to change them. My students will tell you that I will often just try something just to see if it works. I tell them all the time, let's go, let's try it. And what does that do? It builds the relationship with them, that they see that I'm not a stickler, I'm not stuck in something, that I'm willing to be flexible for them. And when I'm willing to be flexible for them, they're willing to be flexible for me. So that means that, oh gosh, I only have 5 minutes between work and football practice. All right, let me go answer this question real quick for Miss M. And they'll answer it. Even though they have like this little bit of time, they're thinking about what they owe me because I was respectful for them and I developed a relationship with them and I know them, right? They know me. So as far as engagement goes during the pandemic, there's some major issues. Guys, we're not doing good with these kids. We're not. They feel disconnected. We have to do better. We have to be over the top, and we laugh at these teachers, these little, first grade, kindergarten, third grade teachers that are in front of their Zoom class, and they're like dancing and playing a guitar, and we think, oh, that's so cute. High school teachers, we need to get on our game because I think that's what we need to do. All right? Yes, you are not actors. You are not entertainers. It's not in all of us, right? But it's what's needed. And as teachers, that's what we do. We do what's needed for our students. So right now, if you're wondering, how do I engage them? I love to throw the meme out with the gladiator. It's like, are you not entertained? That's how I am in class. What you're seeing right now in front of this camera is exactly how I am in front of my class. I'm animated. I make funny voices. I'm just weird. But you know what? Because I'm so shamelessly weird, they remember me. They remember me. And because I'm unapologetically me, they get to be unapologetically them. and our relationship is there, and they do for me just as I do for them, right? So be yourself. Be yourself. Engage with your students. Be over the top. Don't be over the top, right? Do what you gotta do. But be unapologetically you. So that way these students can engage with you in your class. And my students, my loves, my former students too, my people, whatever you guys want to call it, I don't know. I love you all, and I truly do miss you all. I've had a couple of thoughts of doing like a little video of some of my favorite memories of you guys, and if you want to do that, I've got a few of you. A few of you that I've got a great memory of each of you. So if you want something like that maybe put together, give me a comment and let me know. Hey, Brazil, tell me your favorite memory of me. If Ivory's watching, she knows what my favorite memory is of her. Oh my goodness. But as always, be happy, be safe, wear your mask, wash your hands, stay away from people, they're gross. And engage with your students, teachers. Have fun with them, all right? Bye.